Now let's talk about, speaking of governments, let's talk about the Queensland politics, specifically this treaty the government is on a path to signing. Yesterday, Premier Anastasia Palaszczuk signed a statement of commitment to a treaty, which sounds to me like virtue signalling, but with bits of paper and ceremonial formalities. The statement says, in part, that the path to a treaty is, quote, a journey, not for the timid, but for those who are courageous to confront our uncomfortable past, the curious who long to find out and live with the truth, and the optimists who dream of the possibilities of a future where we live comfortably with the past, unquote. Campbell, do you think this uncomfortable past that they refer to will include anything about the truly brave men and women who built Queensland into the thriving state it is already?
Not at all. But look, what a roll of gold, Palaszczuk BS, as usual. And yes, it's a journey. It's a journey that will line the pockets of consultants and keep armies of public servants employed, and will have us continuing a tailspin of self-loathing and self-hatred about what we've achieved. The past is the past. We have now, and as I sort of look back on history, we have now been saying sorry for 20 years. Now, there was a National Sorry Day, and that has continued. There was a march across Sydney Harbour Bridge where people did come out in solidarity, but there is no end to it. And meantime, where there is real disadvantage in Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander communities, the activists, whether they be of that race or people who are white, really don't come to grips with those problems of disadvantage, as people like Jacinta Price point out. I mean, we really need to recalibrate here. We are one nation that we need to come together, be unified, and not seek to and not be divided by all these different sort of by being sliced and diced in this sort of way. And this is really dangerous stuff. And interesting, there's even one of the people in the last 24 hours up here has been quoted in the media saying, oh, well, look, I don't know where the process ends. Well, that just shows you how fraudulent it is. What is the end game? What are we meant to achieve out of this? I'll say what I'd like to achieve. I'd like to achieve a Queensland where every little girl and little boy who've grown up in those communities of disadvantage I mentioned have exactly the same social and economic opportunities as say the kids in other parts of Queensland. That's what I'd like to see, and that those communities have real economies and real economic opportunity and real jobs. But that's not what this is about. This is just about an interminable process of self-flagellation and self-doubt and self-loathing.